Hey y'all, this is Kay, Beulah Homestead again, and thanks for coming back. Wanted to let y'all know we just hit 229 subs, which is absolutely fantastic. We've been at this about 6.5 months now, and 229 subs in 6.5 months. We are very, very happy with that growth. So thank y'all very much, all of you, all the people who support us and sub, and watch our videos. We have a toy room in the background. The kids are over there playing. Okay, so today we're going to talk about 3 things. We are going to talk about, and again, I need to say I am not a physician. I was a nurse for 25 years. I know a lot about natural healing. I'm self-taught, and I'm telling you things that have worked in my family and for me. These are suggestions, or if you are in a situation where you cannot get to a doctor, these are things that you might try. But I'm not giving medical advice. I'm not giving medical advice, let's just say. These are just suggestions, and the information that we're going to give you is all peer-reviewed. It is on a website called, what is it, Brittany? Healthline. All this information was from Healthline, and it is peer-reviewed by a physician, and you too can just look it up. Any of this stuff, I'm just consolidating it for you and letting you know that these options are available should you choose. So now that that's out of the way, 3 things we're going to talk about. The first is cinnamon oil. The second is clove oil. And the third is oregano, oil of oregano. Okay? These are not essential oils. There is a difference. Essential oils are made with a distillation process. These are just made with an infusion process. They're called infusions, or if you use alcohol, they're called tinctures. You just infuse the whatever substance you're going to use, and we're going to start over here with this oregano because I have some ground up in my coffee grinder. So you take the oregano leaves, well, preferably organic oregano leaves, whichever, whatever. You can do this with clove, you can do it with mint, you can do it with many, many, many different things. But we're going to start with the oregano oil. So you put the ground up oregano into a jar, preferably a dark jar, and I do have a dark jar here for later, but I can't get the oregano leaves in there, so we're going to start with this one and then put it in a dark place and cover it up. I'll tell you how to make it, and then I'll tell you the benefits and side effects, if there are any. Usually there's not a whole lot with natural medicine, and concerns, if there are any. Like I said, we will go over those once we're done. So you take the oregano oil, and I'm spilling it all over the place, and you put it in a jar. So you get it in there, and then you can pick, it's called a carrier oil. So you pick a carrier oil of your choice. We have several here because we are into oils. This is coconut MCT oil, which is fantastic. This is almond oil. Our tried and true favorite olive oil, and be careful with your olive oils. California Olive Ranch is a very good brand. Leah Sedgwick, not Sedgwick, she's the actress. Leah Sedgwick did some studies on different olive oils, and this was the only non-rancid one that she would recommend. So California Olive Ranch. Hemp oil. Those are my puppies over there going nuts. Liquid coconut oil, the coconut oil that stays liquid, remains liquid at room temperature. You want the liquid coconut, unless you're making like salve or something like that. Then
otherwise it'll harden.
Right. We have walnut oil, and again, we try and buy the only non-GMO, organic, and flaxseed oil. These are just a few. You can get any carrier oil that you want. I would not recommend canola oil. That's just my own personal thing. There are no canola trees. I like for things that come from the nature, or from a tree, or from a plant, or from a nut, or whatever. And I have yet to see a canola tree, so that's my thing on canola. So I think what we'll do is go with the olive oil. So once you have your, whatever you're going to put in there, your oregano or whatever, you take your oil and you fill it to the top of the, you want it to, and it's trickling down here. You can see the bubbles are coming out, it's trickling down. But you want to cover the top of whatever substance you have in there. And it's all settling. And I'll just put just a tad more in here just to make sure we get it all covered. And after this point, it's very, very easy. After this point, there's several things you can do. You can add heat to it. You can put it in a crock pot with water overnight. I burnt mine the first time, so maybe you should try like a medium heat and leave it in there for overnight. Or you can low. Yeah, well, low's good too. Or you can just put a cap on it, put it in a dark, quiet place, and let it sit for about 4 to 6 weeks.
Dark, cold place?
A dark, quiet. Now, why does oregano need quiet? I'm sorry. A dark, cool place. Yes. A dark, cool place. And for 6 weeks is preferable because the longer you put, the longer you keep it in there, the more infused the oil is going to be with the properties that you need from the oregano. And if you want what's called a tincture, these are called infused oils. If you want what's called a tincture, you use alcohol. Same process, same principle. You just you put the alcohol in there, cover it, and you leave it for 6 weeks or so, and you'll have a tincture, which you can just, you use the eyedroppers here. And once this is all set, it's going to go into this one, and you just take your eyedropper, pull it out, and now I'm going to tell you what you can do with these things. The same process applies with the clove oil, which I've already done. You want to shake it every once in a while. And the cinnamon oil, which I've also already done. And it doesn't have a lid, but we're going to find one for it. And then this is just an empty clove oil bottle. So that's how you make any of these oils, any of these herbal infused oils. And they're just, I can't tell you how wonderful they are. Okay.
And you can really make endless, with the plants.
Endless. You can combine. You can make a mint oregano oil. You can make a cumin, whatever you want. Whatever it applies to you. Lavender, absolutely lavender. Whatever applies to you, you can put. And also these can be put in infusers. And you can breathe them in if you put them in a oil infuser. Diffuser. Put them in an oil diffuser and you can diffuse them, you can inhale them. That's also another great way to get them into your body. You have lots of blood vessels in your lungs and those absorb the chemicals and the properties, not chemicals as in chemical, but chemicals as in what God put in this bottle. Your lungs will absorb those and they will get to the places where they need to go, especially people with asthma. And we're going to talk about asthma in here also. So, we're going to start with oregano oil. And like I said, this is all evidence-based, peer-reviewed. It's from healthline.com. And I'm not going to read this to you, but I'm going to go through a couple of different things. You can do them oral, you can do them topical, which is on your skin, oral's in your mouth, or you can breathe them in, whichever you choose. Oregano oil is a natural antibiotic. It contains carbapenem. Let's see if I said that right, which helps fight bacteria. So it is a natural antibiotic, and it works for Pseudomonas. It works for many different kinds of bacteria. It also works for those staph-resistant, and methicillin-resistant Staph aureus, those bad bugs you get in the hospital that nobody can kill. This will kill it. Okay, this oregano oil is great, and I'll tell you, I've got problems with my knee. The bacteria is built up in there from the Lyme disease, and taking this oregano oil has helped so much. That and the colloidal silver has absolutely made a huge difference in the way I'm able to get around. So it's a natural antibiotic. It may help lower your cholesterol. Studies have shown that if you have mildly or high cholesterol, this oregano oil can help lower it. It is a powerful antioxidant. Antioxidants are the things that, when you have bad stuff in your body, such as cancer or abnormal cells, antioxidants fight the damage from the free radicals. They help take out those free radicals that cause you to have so many problems, such as cancer, heart disease. They're just wonderful. They're wonderful, powerful antioxidants. They can help treat yeast infections, especially if you have had to go to the doctor and get real antibiotics. or let's not call them real, let's call them pharmaceutical antibiotics, because this is a real antibiotic to me, you may develop a yeast infection. You can take it orally and it will help with yeast infections, or you could take a cloth and put it on your bottom part that's affected. You could do it that way. Also, it may improve your gut health. If you have, like I said, the way people eat in America with processed foods and sugars and things like that, they can really tear up your gut and leave bad bacteria in your gut. You have something called normal flora, which is good bacteria that helps you to thrive, and then you have bad bacteria. What the oregano oil does is it helps to kill that bad bacteria while leaving the normal flora intact. And if you have things like leaky gut, or I'm not saying this will cure you of irritable bowel syndrome, but it certainly won't hurt you if you have irritable bowel syndrome, things like that. It has anti-inflammatory properties. As far as my knee goes, there is a lot of inflammation in my knee from the bacteria that are in there from the Lyme disease. And what this does is help to decrease that inflammatory process. That inflammatory process is also what causes you to have a disease process eventually. So you definitely want to be taking anti-inflammatories, not Motrin, Tylenol, etc. This is a natural anti-inflammatory. It could relieve pain. There have been some studies that show that there were that the benefits of decrease in pain with oregano oil. It increases your metabolism, so it could help you to lose weight. So how do you use oregano oil? Oregano oil can be taken orally. Like I said, you can breathe it in, or you can put it on you topically. Small intestinal bacterial growth, parasitic infections, urinary tract infections, yeast infections, athlete's foot. It helps reduce cough and spasms, respiratory infections, asthma, bronchitis, croup, gum disease, toothaches, bug bites, poison ivy, topical infections, acne, and dandruff. And then you would just mix it with your shampoo or whatever. That's pretty basic about how to use all of those. You guys can figure that out. Diabetes. It may help lower blood sugars, so be aware if you have very high blood sugars and you're on medicine, you want to be careful with your oregano because you may lower them too low. You have to be very careful with that. If you are on lithium, you want to be careful while taking this medication. And if you're on any blood thinners, such as anticoagulants, metformin, not metformin, Coumadin, thank you. Yeah, it's been a while since I was at the hospital. You want to be careful because some of these can thin your blood. For oregano oil, I know because I've been taking it. You want to take, I think, 5 to 10 drops. You can put it in tea, you can put it in yogurt, you can put it in whatever you want. You can put it right in your mouth, but a good oregano oil can burn. So I would mix it with something. You can put it in
carrier
water.
Oil.
A carrier oil.
I read that online.
Right.
You have to have it with carrier oil.
With the carrier oil. So you put 5 to 10 drops. I usually put it in yogurt or a cup of water. Yeah. And you can take that up to 3 times a day, depending on how severe it is, the thing that you want to fix is. So that's oregano oil. You put it in here, you let it sit for several weeks, and you use your 5 to 10 drops in whatever you'd like to put it in. Okay, the next one we're going to talk about is, not that one, cinnamon oil. Okay. And these are, I'll talk about that in a minute. Cinnamon oil is, and I have heard this over and over by so many different people, it is a fantastic blood sugar regulator. Cinnamon oil, if you cannot get to a doctor and you have high blood sugars and you know your blood sugar's up, most people know when their blood sugars are up. Cinnamon does help lower your blood sugar, and if you take it over time, it helps stabilize your blood sugars. The dosages for cinnamon are 2 teaspoons a day for lowering your blood sugar. Anything else, of course, if you're going to use it for any other than that, you would take your little dropper and put it in whatever liquid or whatever you want to take it with. There's 2 different types of cinnamon. Ceylon, that's C-E-Y-L-O-N, cinnamon. It's also known as true cinnamon, or Cassia cinnamon, C-A-S-S-I-A. The Cassia cinnamon is what most people buy in the grocery store. Unless it says Ceylon cinnamon, you're not getting Ceylon cinnamon. You're getting Cassia cinnamon. Ceylon cinnamon is the one that you want, especially for health to improve your health. Cinnamon is loaded with antioxidants and anti-inflammatories, just like the oregano oil. It'll help kill the free radicals and your skin and all of those things. Your wrinkles come from free radicals. This stuff will help you. It will help you. It may cut the risk of heart disease. And I'm not going to go into exactly how this works. You guys can look it up, or I can answer questions if anybody wants the questions answered. I'm just trying to give you a brief overview. Cinnamon can improve sensitivity to the hormone insulin, thereby helping you with your blood sugars. It may be beneficial to neurodegenerative disease, and I know I'm not saying that right. For some reason I can't speak today. This was one I did not know till we did this research. It can actually help remove the protein called tau, T-A-U, in the brain, which is one of the hallmarks of Alzheimer's disease. So cinnamon tea, cinnamon ice cream, you just get some Ceylon cinnamon in you, however you like to do it. Cinnamon toast, not cinnamon toast crunch, cinnamon toast. Good Ceylon cinnamon. It can help you with progressive neurodegenerative disease, MS, Alzheimer's disease, anything in those diseases where your body is just breaking itself down. Your brain is covered in this stuff and it's just breaking itself down. It can help with those, which I think is, I didn't know that. I think that's fantastic. It may protect against cancer. It helps fight bacterial and fungal infections. And it may help with the HIV virus, which there's a thing going around these days, and you get this for it. Some of you, I don't, but you might. No judging here. Not trying to judge. That's a personal decision between you and your God and your body. Anyway, there is a component in that thing that's going around that looks very similar to the HIV virus. Actually, 4 pieces of it look very similar to the HIV virus. This can help you with that. This cinnamon, if you eat cinnamon, take cinnamon on a regular basis, those 2 teaspoons a day, you can help protect yourself from some bad stuff going around in our world today. Cinnamon oil dosage recommended: 1 full dropper under the tongue, leave for 30 to 45 seconds, then swallow, use twice daily. So there's 2 different ways. For lowering your blood sugar, you want to use 2 teaspoons a day for lowering your blood sugar. And I know I wouldn't want to pop 2 teaspoons of cinnamon in my mouth either. However, there are some fun ways you can take cinnamon, like I said. Toast is wonderful. A little butter and some cinnamon and a little natural stevia or something like that. That's wonderful. And then, like I said, place 1 dropper full, which would be this size roughly, under your tongue. Leave it there 30 to 45 seconds and then swallow it twice a day. And those are the benefits of cinnamon oil, which I think are just great. I think that's wonderful. So that's cinnamon oil. The next and the last one we're going to talk about today, because I don't want this video to get too long, is clove oil. And we all know cloves sit in the ham at Christmas time and all that. Well, there's a lot more to cloves than just sitting in the ham. There are a few contradictions, just like with the others. If you are on anticoagulants or antiplatelets, clotting meds, be very careful with that. It may interfere with blood clotting. There is a toxic dose of clove oil, which is 10 to 30 milliliters, or 2 to 6 teaspoons full.
Which is a lot.
If you're taking 2 to 6 teaspoons full of clove oil, number one, God bless you, because I couldn't get that down, okay? That's a lot, and clove oil is very potent, so don't do that. Several benefits of clove oil: it is an antimicrobial, helps kill bacteria. It is a pain reliever. Oh, this is the one. Now, oregano oil may help with toothaches, but if you got a toothache, this is what you want to reach for. I have used it, and it is fabulous. It will numb your tooth. It will numb your tongue. It will numb your cheeks.
Yeah.
It is great. It is fantastic.
It's actually that's what it's mainly used for.
Yes.
It's powerful for that.
For years and years and years, hundreds of years actually, people have reached for their clove oil if they had toothaches. Reach for your clove oil. Don't run to your dentist, unless of course you need to. Then you know if you need to go to your dentist. But if you just have an ache or something that's just bothering you, or teething babies,
yes,
cut this stuff down and use it. by cutting it down, I mean you don't, not a lot. You don't want to use it straight out of the bottle. You want to cut it in a carrier oil. You want it to be a very diluted dose, and it will help your babies that are teething. Absolutely, we've used it here, and it will help you. So toothaches and muscle pain. Muscle pain, you can also make any of these that we made like this. You can get beeswax and put it with it and it won't harden. Or you can use coconut oil, hardened coconut oil, and you can do that. And when you do that, you can rub it on your skin if you have muscle aches or pain. Several of these are good for that. You rub it on your skin if you have a muscle ache or pain if you want to. And one day we'll do a video about making the ones with beeswax. We actually... Salves. Yes, the salves. Stivers has a wonderful comfrey salve that she makes, and we're going to make some too. I'll show you all that. Jen Stivers, give her a little shout out. For digestive upset, to relieve respiratory conditions like cough and asthma. And again, you can put this in your diffuser, a couple drops with some water, distilled water, put it in your diffuser, breathe it in, and it will help with the congestion and the cough and the asthma symptoms. It eases pain and inflammation, nausea and digestive aid, eases spasms, and fights disease such as infections. This is just a recap. Treat gum disease. You can swish it all over the place. It's dental. Use it for your bad teeth. Dental. It can be irritating to the skin to some people, and obviously if you're allergic to clove or oregano or cinnamon, please don't take these. Traditionally, clove oil has been used for eating disorders, digestive upset, relieving pain, and helping with respiratory infections. Researchers have found that clove oil may have benefits for dental and topical applications for treating infections and even fighting cancer. Ear infections, that's another thing you can do. Take a diluted dose of this and warm it. It's always better if you warm it, and put it in your ears, and it will help numb the pain in your ear. But please do a diluted dose and warm it up. This she's going to put up on the video also, but it's a nice little succinct thing to tell you about. It says home remedies on it using clove oil. Asthma, mix 4 to 5 drops of clove oil with 1 teaspoon of honey and 1 clove of crushed garlic, and take before going to bed. I'm telling you what, garlic is one of the most fabulous spices. We'll get to that, but garlic is wonderful. So honey, 1 clove of garlic, and clove oil. For a toothache, apply clove oil to the surrounding gum or tooth cavity, and you want to do that, like I said, especially if you have a child or a baby that you're using that on. You want to do it dilute it. Muscle cramps or pain, apply warm clove oil on the affected area and massage. Now you can take, once this is done, you can take a few drops, put it in your hand. You can heat it up, obviously, put it in some water. I do a double boiler type thing where you put it in water, the water being hot, and then you put that in there for a few minutes and warm up the clove oil. Put a few drops in your hand and do like a massage kind of thing. And chew 1 to 2 cloves every day for bad breath. It also helps with bad breath. Also wanted to add the oregano oil is also good for earaches. Oregano oil and clove oil, just 1 drop, a diluted drop in your ear, will help with earaches or eustachian tube or whatever, problems that you're having with your ears. Clove oil again, put 4 drops in a glass of water and drink for gas and bloating. Clove bud oil is used in Tiger Balm. It's used to soothe muscles and reduce pain. You can buy it at the store. It's called Tiger Balm. Works to improve circulation and blood flow. It's great for tension headaches. You just rub it on your forehead or your temples, and that's great for that. A lot of the things we use that we buy at the grocery store are also, aspirin cream has aspirin in it, Tiger Balm has clove oil in it. What's the big one? Capsaicin has cayenne. Thank you. Capsaicin has cayenne in it. A lot of these things were derived from what we use naturally anyway. So let's save some money. Let's stop making other people rich, and let's make them ourselves. And you know what's in them. You know there's no bad chemicals in them. If you know how the stuff is grown, you know that you don't have any pesticides in them, and you have a better strength. absolutely less side effects. Some of these have no side effects unless you interact them with something else that you shouldn't. They have no side effects. You know, the strength is going to be, you're going to have a stronger medicine to do better if you use it, if you make it yourself and use it that way. I just can't tell you what a fan I am, having had some issues this past year and having had to use, you know, these things on myself. Also pets. You can also use these things on your pets. We have a puppy who's not feeling well today. I think he may have Lyme disease, so we're going to start using the clove oil and the oregano oil and colloidal silver on him to get him back to up where he needs to be. I've already used some marshmallow root in a tea to help settle his stomach and some other things. So, well, there's so many herbs, we'll get to them eventually. If you have any questions, please put them in below and I will do my best to answer them. As I said, I am not a licensed naturopath. I wish I was, but I'm not. So I do have 25 years of registered nursing experience, and I will answer your questions or do the research for you, whatever you need, because I really want to get these things out. I feel it's so important. I feel like this is my mission from God, to get you this information so that you know that there are alternatives. And you know, a lot of these things do a lot of things, and basically if you eat clean diet, you know, food out of your garden, meat that you grew yourself and processed, you're basically going to be a lot healthier. But if you do run into trouble, which all of us do, like the Lyme disease, I mean, I eat pretty clean and healthy, and I ran into Lyme disease, which was not a lot of fun. You know, you can reach for the oregano oil, and you can reach for the colloidal silver, and you have a natural antibiotic that you can take to heal you. So, God bless you guys. Like I said, any questions, let me know. And that's about all I have to say for this video. All right, Kay, Beulah Homestead. See you next time.